Grant, a 4-2 win here against Barrow. You've seen a lot in your time in football, but where does that rank amongst the lot of them?
Yeah, it's right up there. I said to the boys at half-time, this, out of all the wins that we've had, this will be the best one this season if we can come back. The first half we weren't good enough, and I'm always totally open and honest in these press conferences. We actually played into what they wanted us to do. We didn't move the ball quick enough. We didn't commit, and the big message this week was commit people because of their shape. They set up with an extra midfield player in there in a 5-4-1, and it's very difficult to break down. And it's how Barrow play, and it's how they've been successful. So, as you've seen in the first half, and if you're loose on it, they can punish you. We were loose. We didn't move the ball quick enough. We didn't commit. We were a little bit safe. We kept going to a certain point and passing backwards again. So the message at halftime was, lads, listen, it's all that work this week. We've actually done the complete opposite in the first half, and but you know something, and I said to the boys after the game there, it could have went either way there because I wasn't nice with them at halftime. I was a little bit firm with them, and it's probably the first time I've had to do that in probably 15, 16 games. So it could have easily went another way, but I think that's a testament to what we've got in that changing room, and the characters and the commitment, the desire to push. And once we got that penalty, I had a feeling inside me we could win the game. There's no question about that, and I felt the subs that came on, the change of shape certainly helped us, and keeping Molyneux and Hurst high up the pitch, and Hakeeb just floating around Joe would certainly give us a wee bit more initiative, and I thought it did.
In terms of half-time team talks, then where does that rank? Because it clearly had the desired effect throughout that second half.
No, listen, it's nothing to do with my team talk. It's what the boys delivered on the pitch. It's just simple as that. They had to go and put what we said onto the pitch, and to come back like we did, we were in total control. I don't think we gave them a real sniff at all in the second half. Whereas in the first half, Robbie Gotts was causing us a problem by running in between us. Aqua was causing us a problem with his physicality. In fact, their midfield was causing us problems. They had loads of energy in there, and it causes an issue. And but second half, I felt we got on top of that.
You'll have been glad to see them two players that you've just mentioned go off then.
Who's that? Sorry.
Gotts and Aqua.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I wasn't really taking much notice. I felt we were that in control second half, particularly when we made the change. Once we went to the three, and we went for it really. We've left Hursty and Molyneux really high up the pitch with nothing to lose, and that's the way we've approached every game. So for me, there was no point of sitting, waiting, and hoping that we were going to get an equaliser. It was more. Let's get the boys on the pitch that can do something. Hursty was outstanding when he came on. Tommy Rose ball for Big O, who arrives and comes on. The subs made a huge impact when they come on, which is pleasing. Tom Anderson, he was like a Maraud and Maldini there on the left side, something in the second half, wasn't he? So it was great to see.
Never heard him described as that. What were your emotions? That big ins header when that hits the back of the net. Where's your head at there?
Yeah, brilliant. I ran down the touchline, and unfortunately I've been booked, so I think I'm suspended now, which is gutting. But sometimes you hope the fourth official, the referee, would give you a little bye ball on them. I know our fans ran onto the pitch, but their whole bench ran onto the pitch. I don't know what happened. If anything happened to their goalkeeper, I apologise on behalf of our football club, because that's not what we're about, But yes, look, it's more about the team and what we done in that second half, and how we come back from really nowhere. The fact that we didn't really get going at all in the first half.
It's been a metaphor in a way for this season, hasn't it? You're nowhere at the halfway stage, and you've burst into life towards the end of the season.
I've said it all along. It's a 46-game season, isn't it? People like to throw statements out at you halfway through the season, and you're struggling. It's what you finish. Ultimately, that's the be all and end all. I've said that and I'm not just saying that now because I've said that to you all the time and all along. But for us, we just move on to the next one. That's it. We move on to Tuesday night. Tough game against Colchester. Watch them on Tuesday. Danny's obviously got a very good tune out of them, which I fully expect given his experience and his knowledge and know-how. So it'll be another very, very tough game for us.
You're not taking credit for the half-time team talk. Will you take credit for the way in which you were able to go for it the change in personnel, I'm guessing that was pre-planned, and tactics as well.
Well, myself and Cliff spoke at half time about if we didn't like what we seen in the first 10 minutes or so, I was actually going to make the change before the penalty incident. And what I mean by that, if it was not an injection of tempo, and it was nothing to do with the subs that came off, the lads who came off, it was more the shape change, and it was more, we were building with a 4 in the first half, which suited them a little bit, you know. It wouldn't have done if we'd have played the way we worked in the week, I felt, but I think building with the 3 second half, give their 8s a problem to who do they press, and it got Hursty, Molyneux 1v1 situations against their wing backs, and it put Hacks in a good position. He actually scored just before he scored. Hacks, it was onside. Analysts shut it down. He's onside. I was thinking at that time, is that going to cost us? You know, but yeah, listen, really, really pleased.
9 wins in a row, just wow.
Yeah, we've certainly got up the momentum, you know, and there's a real belief about this group, and I could see it in their eyes. I've been in many changing rooms in over 400 games as a manager, and you know, I've seen things go the opposite way after, you know, maybe 1 or 2 of things I said at half time, and I was worried a little bit about that, and I know Cliffy was a little bit worried, but semi inside me, I'm thinking, looking at them, I could see it in their eyes, the hunger that they wanted to come back. Sometimes you can see in the boys' eyes when they think they're beat. I didn't see that at half time. I seen a team that wanted to go and try and get back in.
Don't want to dig too much, but was it a pre-planned thing to give them a verbal, or was it kind of off the cuff and from the heart, and this is where it's at?
Don't get me wrong, it was nothing. It's nothing over the top. I wasn't throwing any boots about the change room or anything like that, or whacking tactics, but it was more like stern, really. It was more like, we certainly haven't produced what we worked on, and we let Robbie Gotts run off us twice. One, he crosses for, I think it was him, where he cut back for Aqua, and then he runs and wins a corner, and they score off that corner, which we don't defend. So Robbie Gotts is a good player. You know, I actually tried to sign him at Hull, so I know he's a good player. And we knew we had to match his energy today. And first half we didn't.
The fans, the ones that behaved themselves, what do you make of them?
Yeah, fans outstanding today, outstanding. Obviously, look, it's their excitement spilled over there towards the end, didn't it, when we got the equaliser, and so did mine to be on our end in the touchline. And it's hard. Them moments are hard. You know, when you get that last minute winner coming back from 2-0 down, and it does, the emotion does go over the top of you. But I apologise, look, if anything unsavoury happened on the pitch, then we certainly as a football club can condemn that. It's not what we want to be about. We want our fans to be with us and supporting us like they were today, and you know, hopefully they can see a team that's fighting and working for them.
And you'll hope that you'll be here in a fortnight's time.
Listen, it's Colchester, that's it. We're not thinking about anything else. Colchester Tuesday night, the boys need to make sure we need to make sure the boys recover properly. We've got a couple of long trips coming up, Colchester and Gillingham in the same week. You know, so we need to be strong. And did that have an effect on Barrow today in terms of their travel in the second half? I don't know. So we need to make sure we're prepared for these 2 long games.